Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's everyday photography vlog. Today I'm just going out and about with my wife. We're having some lunch here at a restaurant nearby in Yogyakarta, and the restaurant actually has this rooftop place right here, as you can see. And I thought I want to try to spend some time taking some pictures here. So photography isn't the purpose of today's video, but this is just to demonstrate that Micro Four Thirds is actually the perfect everyday photography camera. When you're going out and about and you see some opportunity for photography, just take out your cameras, bring some lenses, and you can start capturing interesting photos. So anyway, today's concept is because I'm not really planning this to be a photography session. All of my lenses that I carry are only smaller quote-unquote budget lenses. Some are even ultra budget lenses, but you know, the point today is that I want to show you that even with budget, inexpensive lenses, you can still get great pictures. So I'm going to take some pictures here, a little bit of scenery photography, a little bit of portrait as well. Hopefully this is going to be interesting to you. In terms of camera gear, I'm using the Panasonic Lumix G100D. I think this is the perfect everyday photography camera. And then I also have some lenses with me today. I have the 7 Artisan 10mm f3.5 ultra wide angle lens. That's going to be the one that I'll use to capture the cityscape scenery photo, some ultra wide angle compositions. And then also I'm using the Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7 for environmental portrait, for just everyday sort of photography stuff. And then also the Olympus 45mm f1.8 for a little bit of portrait and distant landscape, distant scenery, telephoto kind of shots. So enough talking, now let's try to take some pictures. So for the first photo of the day, I want to use the 7 Artisan 10mm f3.5 lens. This is such a wonderful ultra wide angle lens for Micro Four Thirds, and even though it's third party and manual focus only, it is so small, so compact, so easy to carry around, perfect for everyday ultra wide angle photography. And you know, the image quality is also more than good enough in my opinion. Nowadays third party lenses don't have that inferior image quality. They can now compete with first party options. For the camera, I'm using the G100 and I'm currently in aperture priority f5.6 auto ISO. So yeah, just trying to come up with ultra wide angle compositions from this spot. We went here a few weeks ago and I want to try to recreate this, you know, a busy road photography with these plants right here as sort of the foreground. Right, let's prepare the camera. First of all, yeah, that's the kind of composition that I want. A little bit of the plants right here, and also the busy road, the power lines, and the sky. Rule of thirds maybe, I'm thinking. But anyway, let's do manual focus first. I'm just going to focus to somewhere right there on the busy area of the road. And yep, this is the composition. Let's wait for some cool cars to pass by and capture the photo. Something like that. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I'm thinking about. That white car is going to pass. Nice, yep. So yeah, that tree opening right there, I want to frame some cars passing by, especially the ones with interesting colors. There's a truck coming by. I'm going to try to capture the truck. Right, I think I got it. Another truck passing by. And this yellow bus. Right, next composition, still with the 7 Artisan 10mm f3.5, still at f5.6 aperture priority. I want to do wide angle composition of that building with this power line right here. I think that's going to look kind of interesting. So we have more of the foreground actually. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but you know, anyway. Yeah, with the G100 we have this, you know, fully articulating screen, make it very easy for me to do vertical composition like this from high angle especially. Let's do manual focusing first. Yep, everything looks good. f5.6, let's capture the image. Maybe I want to switch lens to something tighter later on so that we can, you know, focus on the building and maybe the power line. Something like this, very simple. Beautiful blue sky, is a little bit cloudy, but not too cloudy. Looks interesting. Yep, love it. Anyway, we have this street lamp right here. I want to try to photograph it together with the hotel right there. I think it's going to make for a nice urban ultra-wide angle kind of composition. So let's step back a little bit. Still with the 7 Artisan 10mm at f5.6. I'm going to focus on the street lamp, making sure that everything is nice and sharp and crispy, something like that. Yes, beautiful. So the street lamp is actually making for a nice foreground point of interest. So I'm going to focus on that, try to capture the image. So yeah, I'm putting the street lamp a little bit to the right to balance the composition so it doesn't feel heavy on one side, something like this. Beautiful. Let's take a couple more pictures. Nice. Looks kind of cool. Now let's try to focus on the hotel instead. Right about there. Yep. It's difficult to see, but you know, I'm trying my best to manual focus. But anyway, this is ultra wide angle lens, so I'm not too worried about critical focusing. Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. This is with the focus on the hotel, not on the street lamp. Alright, now I'm going to take some environmental portrait of my wife. Please say hello to Nora, everybody. Hi, Nora. And yeah, I'm switching lens to the Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7 for environmental portrait. I think this is great because it's not too tight, it's not too wide, just perfect. And the f1.7 aperture is enough to make some background blur. So let me get closer to my wife. And actually the exposure is all over the place, so I'm going to lock the exposure using the AE lock button right here. And we have not blurred, but blown background, so we have to be careful. I think this is about right. Alright, nice. Yep, something like this. f1.7 aperture priority. Nice, beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Again. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. One more. Focusing on the eye. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. One more. Last one. I'm going to step back just a little bit. Right. 1, 2, 3. One more. It's beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Alright, still taking environmental portrait of Nora, my wife, over there. And now we have this plant right here. I want to try to use it as sort of a foreground, so we have some layering elements in the picture. And I'm choosing the background to be those, green plants right there, the leaves. I think it'll make for a nice, non-distracting background. Anyway, this is the composition that I have in mind. Employing a little bit of this, not too much, so we have some layers. Let's lock the exposure first. I think about there. The histogram still looks fine, so no problem. Alright, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Again. 1, 2, 3. Really nice. A little bit lower. Again. 1, 2, 3. I like it. Again. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Let's do horizontal this time. 1, 2, 3. Really nice. Again, one more. Again, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to try to photograph that building again right there, that white tall building. And this time, I'm going to try to implement this street lamp. So it's kind of impossible to involve this power line that's closest to us, but we can still involve that power line over there. So yeah, I'm switching lens to the Olympus 45mm f1.8, aperture priority f1.8. So it's going to be mild telephoto. We can focus on that building. We can have a little bit of these plants right here as sort of a foreground, and the street lamp and the power lines that are far away. And also part of that tree as well with the white flowers. I think that's going to help frame the whole composition nicer. Alright, something like this. Yes, exactly what I have in mind. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Nice, excellent. Alright, I'm just going to move around until I can find the nicest balance between all of the elements in the picture. I think this is about it. Yes, rule of thirds. Almost rule of thirds. We can't really have 100% rule of thirds, but this is closest, and I think I like it. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly what I have in mind. Let's try to move closer, and this time we're gonna just frame the building with the tree right there with the white flower. I think it's going to look interesting. With the 45, I think from here, this is kind of the sweet spot. Right, horizontal composition, 1, 2, 3. I think we can include the power line. Let's try. Yeah, just for a size comparison, that kind of thing. You know, it's not really a good composition in my opinion, but it's still interesting. So yeah, including the power line. Yep, kind of funny. Right, one more portrait of my wife, but with the Olympus 45mm f1.8, because I want that blurry background thingy. We don't really have any interesting, you know, scenery, that kind of stuff. So I think blurring the background completely is perfectly acceptable here. So f1.8 45mm aperture priority. I'm locking the exposure about there. So yeah, it's not blowing out on the histogram. I think we're still fine. All right, let's capture the photo. 45mm f1.8. 1, 2, 3. Nice, beautiful. Let me go a little bit closer. Again, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. One more. Really nice. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Let me go closer and do horizontal, something like this. That'll look really nice. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Let's do vertical again. I think vertical works better for portrait, hence the name portrait. I think 1, 2, 3, really nice. Again, let me go this way. All right, 1, 2, 3, excellent. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for today's everyday photography vlog session here in Yogyakarta. Hopefully this has been interesting, hopefully this has been fun and inspiring, and hopefully I was able to demonstrate to you that Micro Four Thirds is the best for everyday photography camera system. So you can just go out and about carrying just a little camera, but something that's capable, and a few lenses, and you'll be able to capture anything, any kind of moments that you just want to document and remember, and just want to have some fun as well. Anyway, please let me know which one is your favorite picture down below. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my channel even further, consider joining my Patreon for special exclusive benefits such as Patreon-only contents, and also being able to ask questions for future Q&A videos, and also to be able to download high-res pictures of photographs that I actually captured myself using my Micro Four Thirds camera and lenses. And here's the link. It's patreon.com/Gary_W. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.